Hello and welcome to the Turtle Nest. My name is Robert Rutledge. I'm going to be talking about my career transition today. I was a Spanish translator for 5 years and I recently decided I've had enough of that. So now I'm pursuing music production full speed ahead, as well as content creation, but I'll touch on that in a little bit here. So let's just jump right in. But first, coffee. So as opposed to listing off the reasons I quit translation, I wrote a LinkedIn article, so I'm just gonna read that off. The last thing I want is for this article to come across as self-pity. That's not why I'm writing it. The real reason why I'm writing it is as a warning to potential newcomers to the translation industry to stay as far away from it as possible. I've had to learn the hard way that it's simply not worth it anymore. There's a slew of veteran translators here on LinkedIn and elsewhere on the internet who claim money shouldn't be such a sensitive topic. However, this seems to be a double standard. These same translators posting their income for everyone to see are only doing so because these numbers are, quite frankly, quite high in relation to the rest of us. They then shamelessly sell to their peers online classes, ebooks, etc., with the insinuation of one day too being able to achieve an actual sustainable income from translation. So if money shouldn't be such a sensitive topic, then today I too shall be posting my income I've made from freelance translation for all to see. Go ahead, judge me. I don't assign my own self-worth to those numbers. Maybe this is what I get for turning down rates I thought were unreasonable or rejecting jobs I really wasn't feeling up for. Or maybe this is all my fault for avoiding social media altogether. This isn't what I signed up for. No one told me how mentally and emotionally exhausting it would be to have to constantly be marketing my services only to get the door slammed in my face 99% of the time. And I guess the same goes for any freelance work, but the truth is, I stopped marketing myself a while ago because I felt like such a loser when I told people I was a translator. I no longer want to be a translator, especially in this day and age, so I'm leaving the translation industry for good. I initially thought it would be a good fit because I wanted to use my Spanish skills to help people. But now I know I'm better off putting my Spanish skills to use elsewhere. Yeah, I stand by what I've written here. I think maybe being a translator 20 years ago would have been cool, but in 2026, no thanks. These machine translation engines have really come a long way. I just feel bad saying that, oh, you should use a human translator when Google Translate does just as good of a job in, 90% of uses. So I have another more personal kind of journal entry, I guess you could call it, that I also wrote that I wanted to share today. So here goes nothing. I fucking hate the career path I've chosen. There's so much bullshit, it's not even funny. And I really feel I've reached a dead end. No room for growth. My entire worldview has changed. I don't see translation as being all that important anymore. I think music is a lot more important than translation, as selfish as that may come across. Funny how I've done a complete 180, but I guess that's how it goes. I want to dedicate my life to music again, and I think I'm ready to do so, even if no one else sees that. I just think being a translator, you have nothing to show for your work. You get paid to translate something, and then you can't really grow a portfolio because confidentiality. I worked a lot in medical translation, so it's like, okay, translate this and burn it. This never happened. And then the other thing, when it rains, it pours. There would be like 2-3 weeks, sometimes even a month, I'd get like no jobs coming in from my clients. I had to have several clients because freelance, that means, you work with multiple clients. It's not a job where you have a set schedule or anything like that. So there'd be like a month where I'd get no work coming in, and then all my clients would call at the same time, and it's like, really? All right, so I got some additional thoughts, but I got an arepa on the stove, and I'm gonna go get that. It's still a little hot, but you know. So, some additional thoughts. I think there's a serious disconnect between the older generations and the newer generations of translators. I went to this American Translators Association conference, and it seems like the grand majority of the people who went to that conference are a little on the older side, we'll say. I'm not trying to be ageist. And it just seems like people are not taking this whole artificial intelligence thing very seriously. They're thinking they can just continue working as we have been for, the past how many years now. And that's not the case. I was browsing the website of a well-respected French translator, and it said, "I never use machine translation." And it's just kind of like, why not? In my line of work, when I was doing subtitle translation, they gave me such short deadlines that I had to use Google Translate or DeepL. And obviously, that kind of takes the fun out of translation because it's like, well, I don't know why you can't just put it into Google Translate and then pay me to clean it up. And then obviously, you're going to ask for less pay for that. So it's like, fuck this. But, anyways, so I got really burnt out on trying to be an advocate for the translation industry when it just feels like a losing game at this point. I go to restaurants all the time here in Bogota where they have like, signs for the restroom or whatever, and they have it like translated into English, but poorly translated. And it's like, I'm not gonna go up to the owner of the restaurant and offer to retranslate these signs for them because that just be silly. I don't think they even care. But above all, I just felt like I wasn't building anything. Like, I feel like I'm building something with my YouTube channel here.